on the... Well, okay, first of all, hopefully the sound is okay. It's a little bit odd on my end, so I'm gonna try to move around a little bit, see if everything sounds good. But this is something that was just brought to my attention. Essentially, there's an AI arena that I haven't done yet. Apparently, so far, only like one person's actually beat it. Nobody's done Rocket Only. So I guess it's time to get this thing done. And yeah, according to these audio levels, this is way too dang high. Hopefully that's better. Anywho, waiting on feedback on that one. So alright, this is known as his Missionary Arena. Supposedly it's the hardest AIs he's ever made. As per usual, we're going to be running the Starch Diet, essentially a rocket-only AC built to suck as hard as possible. Essentially built almost entirely for cooling, with absolutely sucky defense, except for those side shields, which tend to get blown off, as well as being a chunky reverse leg. Now, personally, I love this build, but this is the kind of thing that always comes up when people mention like a bad build in AC. Basically, anything with enough creativity you can make work, but it is a little bit different. All right, so what are we looking at here? I'm assuming, yeah, it looks like stealth. That's not going to matter much. Verticals. I mean, verticals won't matter much if you don't have extensions. Is that a heat gun or in the 1000? Looks like... yeah, we're looking at a heat gun and moonlight. This one's a close range... okay, so that's the idea. It wants to trick people into going close range because of those verticals. But then, at the same time, it wants to be something along the lines of a close range murder build. One hit and done kind of a situation. Now, I will say, this is probably not the best one to come back on, because it has been months. I am more than definitely rusty. Basically had hand surgery, so I just got back from that. As in, not like literally this second, but still, it's been a bit of a thing. Feeling better now. If basically this might end up needing to be 2 parts if it ends up kind of crapping out on me, as it were. Well, he seems to be losing that heat race. I was hoping that decoy would catch that incoming missile there, but that's fine. What is rust? I mean, we seem to be doing alright one way or another. Yeah, I was originally throwing out 3 options for today. One was the Saints Row 2, everything, well, gun and kitchen sink run, as I was going to call it. Doing some Fell Seal, as well as doing some Tactics Ogre. The Tactics Ogre one ran into some technical issues. Namely, for whatever reason, my computer repeatedly restarted and then deleted all my audio settings. So, you know, that's fun. So yeah, basically I was just doing a little stream for a little bit with literally no audio to it, so whoops, my bad on that one. There we go, hopefully that makes the audio a little bit more balanced. Unclear to tell, to be completely honest. It also occurs to me, I probably should have let people know that there actually is a stream going on, huh? Well, I suppose we'll do that right now. Alright. There we go. I'll just have Mr. Javelin do it. I don't know if he will. Maybe he won't. Oh well, whatever. This will be a video later. So, what are we looking at here? We got snipey, we got swarm missiles, we got chain gun. Gonna be evasive, overheaty, and all that kind of thing. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. Probably shouldn't do that. My throat's been feeling kind of weird lately. Hopefully don't have the thingish. Alright, I'm not liking this guy's staying in the air nonsense. Please don't be a staying in the air friggin' chain gun thing. Don't be a Cypress. We already had douche Cypress earlier. Alright, all I need to do is catch him once, and I should be able to shut this down. Alright, can't tell where he is, though. There we go, nailed him. No, I didn't, actually. That was something else in the way. Interesting. Alright, so far, so not great. That's fine. I'm getting this general pattern here, though. Alright. There we go. Yeah, these take a happy chunk off them. Almost got his number here. Was that my side shields? No, something else just got busted. That's fine, we'll get rid of those. I think we'll go for rapid fire rockets here, just to try to stun them a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, apparently Vector Patch is a thing that happened while I was out and about. Well, out and not very about, to be honest. Which apparently had a thing for speeding up rocket firing rate. And supposedly the idea was to try to make them more viable in multiplayer. Come on, give me one shot. I needed one shot to finish him. That's fine. Got his general pattern down. Early start was a little bit rough, but that's all good. Supposedly a lot of these ones haven't even been finished yet, so we'll see how it goes. Can Rusty Man come back and beat with Rocket? Yes. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it now. Whatever these do, whatever their AI, whatever their trick, yes. Alright, so that's his trick. And he's on fire. Yeah, if those rockets were in another order, that would have been a little bit better. Looked like Napalm ended up bouncing off the building while the other one ended up actually taking it out. Alright, probably going to be a waste on those decoys. Alright, so far so right. There's some rapid fire. So, like, as far as rapid-fire rockets, this right here is probably why they weren't made to be more rapid-fire. Because any faster, they would end up just stun-locking things, and then any reduction in terms of their effectiveness from there would just result in a situation where they don't feel like rockets. Oh my god. Another one. No, Spambot, I'm not looking for those. I'm just trying to beat imaginary robots with imaginary rocks. Just go away. There we go, almost got his number. And there we go. One of these bursts will land him. See, this kind of stuff right here is why it's so satisfying to do, like, War Thunder Realistic and all that kind of thing. Although in the PS4 version, you can never find anybody these days. As in, you can find people for the arcade stuff all day long. I just mean you can never find anybody to do the realistic stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and nuke this guy. Ban. There we go. Dude guy got bananated. Alright, Longhorn's one of those ones that always ends up coming back. I wonder if this is meant to be Long Spear, by the way. Like, that the original AI idea. Because the frame looks relatively similar to Long Spear. No, actually no, he had the trunk legs. Because he was supposed to look like the two, like, Shatter brothers there. I know they're not brothers, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that was such a weird part of SL. So they're like, oh man, it's this guy. It's Long Spear! Who the hell's Long Spear? I have no idea who Long Spear is. Does he exist? Alright, didn't see any missiles. Get rid of that. Chuck some snipes in his direction, because it looks like he's going to be doing that himself. Nice. Nailed him with one of the biggies. Mr. Robot. Oh yeah, I forgot the letting them fire first rule. Alright, whatever. Going forward, we'll do that. I don't feel like redoing this one, because I feel like his whole gimmick is just going to be sniping from the air, so... whatever. Looks like he's trying to do some EO sniping at this point. Not super ammo efficient here, but that's fine. Just want to chuck some stuff in his direction. There he is. Come on, pal. Turning into glorified artillery right now. This is so fun, though. I just love this build. I know it makes no sense. I just love it, though. Good. Got him with a couple. He's on fire. That would have been really cool. You know what? Actually, you know what? You know what I'd really like? What I should probably do is save versions of all of these, and then just do the whole thing where the AI learns from how you're doing, and then just do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rocket fights until finally it just becomes the rocket AC. Is that how the AI works? I don't know if that's actually how it works, but I just wonder how long it would take to make that happen, to convince the AI to not suck. Alright, a little bit off on my predictions here. Should probably be aiming for his toes. Alright, seems like he's going for a little wasp type idea here. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Because yeah, he does seem to have a weird median right there. I mean, if that's really what he wants to do here, then whatever. Screw it. That'll do. That'll do, robot. That'll do. Oh, I'm supposed to send the Twitch link. Okay, fine. Maybe I will. Where do I find the thing to send a link? I legitimately have no freaking idea. Alright, copy link. There we go. Let's go get the AC community in here as well. Or not, because apparently that doesn't want to work right now. Whatever. Is there a streams thing? Yeah, there we go, live stream. And there we go. Now there's no excuses. Except for the fact that it's like the middle of a frickin' day on a Sunday, and there's probably a million better things to do. Anyway, moving on, we got Kale. Looks... sure, I guess it's healthy. Seems like a cannon nuker. Got them little birdie legs. So we can safely assume it's gonna do big hurts from far away. Probably from the sky and stuff. I'm gonna go for the assaults on the early end here. Maybe just try to go for a tag with the big rockets. Nah, I feel like the smalls are gonna be the way to go. Yep. It's one of them. It's alright. Tag them with the big ones, we'll just go small rockets here. It should do the job alright. Yeah, they're definitely an out-turner. Alright. Yes, yes, I get it. You've got better turn speed than I do, thank you very much. But I have bigger projectiles. And they're all like, bam, there goes your AP and stuff. And also, you've been spending the entire fight on fire, which definitely is beneficial. Alright. Almost. How dare you be all dodgy and stuff. There we go. It did. Next. So in total we got 50 of these to beat today. So more than likely other streams are not going to happen, but we'll see. If they do end up happening, probably going to be some Fell Seal later. Alright, so this is just a big boy version of the last one. Gotcha, gotcha. Going for a one-hit overheat by the looks of it. Dang Formula Front meta ACs over here. Alright. See, the funny part is I'm going for the exact same idea. But he is freakishly accurate. Good job. Again, with the AI believing that rockets are missiles. No idea why that's the case. Oh, hell. Stupid L-shaped building. Ooh, was way off the mark with my protection there. Interesting moves on this guy, too. He's definitely doing a lot of little switch-ups here. Not quite as aggressive. He's definitely... Oof. Definitely big on the flanks. Alright. Interesting. I like this guy. I like the cut of your jib, sir. Not so much the current AP ratios, but, you know, whatever. He's on fire, too. See, part of the thing is, like, if this guy gets a hit, he gets many hits. And I'm trying to figure out why my movement's so jacked up this time. Like, aside from the stuns, I feel like something's going on with my thumb there, but... Oh well, that's a different hand. It's not a... It's not a ow my hand moment, it's literally just like, I don't know what's wrong with my thumb position there. Anywho, let's go do that one again. Which, by the way, one thing I am kind of upset about, Mr. Javelin, whenever you get here, or if you see this down the line, gotta have words about the fact that your save files ended up going and deleting my regular save files, and I had to find a backup from like 6 months ago. I was just going and downloading all of them into one folder. I didn't realize that it wasn't save data. It was save data instead of AI arena data. Because there was this whole thing for teams that you're supposed to use, and I was just downloading all of them in one thing. Like, oh, I'll just do this later. So then I go to start up this one. It's like, oh, there is no starch diet. There's only some like Rapontieri or something. I think it was called. Or like Omega Sport or something. I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, I probably should be going for the mini rockets here. I just feel like I'm taking a nice healthy chunk off these big ones when they actually do hit. And screw his movement up a little bit better with these. I don't think his stability can stand up to these. Most things can't. Yeah, that's messing up his mobility pretty good. Go for a little bit of a micro adjustment there. Go for a little bit higher. Because really the thing with this particular one seems to be just slowing them down long enough to get my angles right, so I can lead them into my shots. Do you have enough decoys, sir? I'm not sure you do. Alright, getting low on energy though, that's not great. And there we go, he's done. Done and done. Next and next. Man, I love the Formula Front soundtrack. Alright, so let's go ahead and load up the next arena. Missionary 2. Not sure if that's supposed to be pronounced in any weird way. Alright, so... Spirit, small missiles, fairly basic. Big profile, big chunk for big hits. Can do. Throw out those missiles to take that first hit. Pop, pop. Let's get you free from there. Yeah, thought you might. He's kind of hoppy. Maybe I should go for the smalls. Alright, let's go for some of the smalls. Now, one question I got asked a few months ago I never bothered answering. It's like, why do you leave decoys up in the air sometimes? The idea is that sometimes if you end up having to run away, they'll just end up chasing towards the sky instead of anything else. Really? This guy's going for an aggressive starter blade setup? What the hell? Alright. I mean, I guess he's the bottom of the arena for a reason, but that's odd. That's kind of cool. Gotta respect it. Yeah, leave it to... who was it? Was it Celtic or was it Spear? No, they're the same person. I mean, Darkslayer. What was it? I think it was Darkslayer that did all the blade-only stuff, right? Or that was the Blade Master there. I don't know. Wonder if Superfleet's ever gone and tried this arena yet. I have a feeling they shouldn't have too much trouble with it. There we go. So far, so fun. I'm liking these, as per usual. Alright, who do we got next, y'all? 5008. I don't like repeated numbers. It reminds me of 2448, and I really don't like that dude. Alright, another OPI, bazookas, pulse cannons, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's even better if they fire them and you can kind of make sure that they go to hit a random prop instead of a decoy. Alright, that counts as a shot, sir. Just because you didn't fire your bazookas or missiles does not mean that you did not fire a shot. We're not doing those technicalities these days. I mean, the more that I think about it, if there was a challenge for like the one way to make this even more ridiculous, the funny part is it would not be to say small rockets only. It would probably be large rockets would be the biggest challenge here, just because the amount of shots you'd have to potentially land on target. But honestly, it's just more fun just saying rockets in general. Like when you restrict it down to one particular option, it just kind of stops being fun. It's not like larges are bad. I used them earlier this run. It's just they're clunky and slow. I'm just not a fan of them. Alright. Is that the light 800? No, it's a normal 800. Okay, MGs, cannons, linear. It's it's called Matter, but this kind of looks like a more evolved version of the Metal Wolf. Alright, let's do this. Because he's the president. And it's weird how thinking about it, with Metal Wolf they tried to make a really goofy president, and somehow somehow still more respectful than what's going on right now. Like, by miles. I asked multiple people on that one, like, would you prefer this guy that's literally a cartoon, or what we got now? And they're like, please give us the guy in the robot. We can at least take that somewhat seriously. Alright. Man, there's a lot of really dinky damage you got there, sir. But yeah, I see what they're going for. Force you into a skate, get you with the cannon. And the cannon's a surprise because it looks like they're still firing. It's a good little trick there. I like it. Yeah, really difficult to keep up with this guy's speed, I'll say, though. For a big boy, he sure is fast. Then again, we don't do OPI around here. So we can probably get rid of that. There we go, get a few of those hand rockets in there. Even this up a little bit. He's about to go for the switch. Come on to you, sir, I know your tricks. Doesn't mean I'm gonna win it, but I do know what your whole deal is. Oh, nice. Alright. Did it. Did the thing. I really like SL's AI Arena. It just feels good when stuff gets randomly blown off and stuff like that. I don't know why the parts getting blown off in this just feels so much more visceral than the limbs and everything from LR. I think it's just because of how janky the hitboxes were. Alright. Sawa and triples, okay. So basically, overheat this guy, is what you're saying? You got it. Big overheats for big sadness. So we're gonna go smalls. He's definitely gonna go for an aggressive Sawa rush here. Alright, put 3 out there. He's already launching missiles. Come on. Around the side. Yeah. Wow, there's some fast fire rate on him there, unless that was something else he just fired. Come on, get that stun, get that stun. Gonna need a little bit of damage on him here. Alright, there we go, that'll do. Use the rest of the rockets to buy a little time here, because I need some time to recover. It's so weird how almost none of this ends up coming up, in terms of looking back at the playback. It's like all these little micro adjustments that just look like random flailing around. It's probably why AC is so hard to describe. I did not mean to do that. Although I do know exactly what happened because I have it mapped to the trigger from the EO run earlier. Come on. And he's done. Done and done. Next. Okay. Next up, number 99. Alright, what's your deal? Are you a chisel? You're a chisel. You are very much a chisel. Interestingly, no left hand. I would have expected like a heat pistol or something on him. You might go for missiles. We'll just put a couple of those over here. Oop. You ain't chiseling me, sir. Oh, he totally chiseled me. Boy, oh boy, you've got some spam, sir. Go away with all those missiles. Yeah, that is an annoying amount of spam from this guy. Holy crap. Get rid of that, get a little bit more speed. Still winnable. Very close to a charge there. Especially if I can get some fire off here. Yeah, he's toast. There we go. Little maneuver differences, and he's done. Alright, so that's Missionary 2 done. Next up, Missionary 3. So, as far as I recall, he did all these over the course of a couple weeks. Something like that. Just putting together all the crazy stuff he could come up with. Alright. Got a closer range shotgun spammer. Basically, we have a anti-PA build from 4 Answer. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright, we're gonna drop some decoys up above as we do. I should probably be going for smalls against this guy. Yep. Definitely the smalls. And I should really get some lunch. Completely forgot that lunch is a thing that I should do. Alright. Alright, pattern's a little bit off, and there we go. I think we've synced up now. But he's toast either way. And we're done. Next. I guess it's actually 49 of them, not 50. What do we got next? Spec. Alright, we got 1000 MG. It's not a stealth 1000 MG, no, it's the actual 1000 MG. Missile spam lasers. Standard frontliner guy that he likes to use. Why does he make so many of these? It's like this particular light laser cannon. It's like frontliner kind of situation. Come on, take your first shot. Or 100 of them, that's fine. Yeah, he's done. If he starts spamming that laser, we're gonna have a bit of a problem. Like, this thing does not hold up to lasers at all, but there we go. Done and done. I just love the little message that Streamlabs comes up with. Banned in coffee potato by coffee potato. Alright, so we got heavy chisel here. Looks like we got light grenade, light chain, energy shoddy, and a heat gun with a shell core. So this guy's basically an arms sport. Gotcha. So drop this. And just aim slightly lower because he's a quad. Take a shot, sir. And I will be providing the rest for you. Alright, a good shot with the flame Howie. Okay, he was warning in particular there was one of the number 4s that's particularly rude. See, it's funny because in some cases there's the idea of, you know, like, why does he put them in such random, why are the difficult ones in such random positions, but at the same time, it's like, that's always how it goes with building AI teams in anything. And this is coming from somebody that always loves messing around with this kind of crap. It's just, suddenly you'll get inspired for something absolutely filthy, and then you're just halfway through, but then it would be too much of a logistical pain in the neck to try and rebuild it anywhere else. There we go. Thank you, sir. Go ahead and chuck that in the dumpster out back, and let's move on to the next one. I really like the build on that one, though. That's pretty cool. There's all kinds of different shots coming out of that, and then what we got? Dragon's Breath. Heat gun looks like. No, that's 1000 mg. Heavy cannon, blade. Is it really all about the starter blades for this one? Get rid of that. Quad aim adjust. Remove that building so he does stuff. And remove from existence. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely good and accurate with that cannon. In fact, it's whoever lands their next big hit first here. And that would be me. Okay. Getting satisfying. Getting satisfying. So, let's read this message again. What is the pure unmitigated filth in... What is the filth going on here? Alright. Big guy number 4 has done more casualties on Voctor than any AC in my bunch. Okay. Well, number 4 is going to be the next one. So I'll go ahead and load that one up real quick, and then... Alright. So big guy number 4, I'm assuming that's going to be like this AC2 looking guy. Alright, so I'm going to go take a quick break, real quick like. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and back. Let's do this thing. Sorry, I just went to go grab a quick snack for lunch. Alright, so, in slot number 4 here, we'll go ahead and call it the box art AC. As in the one that basically made up all the different versions of whether you want to go with what later became Klein, your dude guy from the first one, can't remember his name right now, I think it was Phoenix. You know, always Cannoneer guy. Surfire, all that kind of thing. I mean, you can't knock him, it's a good build. Especially if they're cheating, like the filthy cheaters always do. I'm gonna take your first shot so I can take my first shot. So yeah, I probably should have explained this way earlier before I got up to this point, but for anyone that did not see the earlier ones, and one rule that I forgot in the first arena of this, not that it really would have made much of a difference in any way, is since it's an AI, they have to take the first shot. Because otherwise I could just stand on the edge of the arena, and 90% of them could probably just snipe from far away. If the fight later gets to a point where everything is destroyed and they just want to hang out a million miles away and get sniped, that's up to them. But for the start of the fight, have to try and actually engage with them. You know, usual early 3rd gen kind of shenanigans on that one. This means that they get to show off their gimmick, we get to actually do some fighting. Honestly, for a lot of these more advanced ones, I doubt it even matters anymore. But yeah, whatever, they get first hit. So there we are. I have to say, there's something very delicious about a quick lunch of granola and coffee. It is delicious. Alright, Deer Hunter. Looks like he came straight out of AC2. Let's go see if this gigantic beast wall of a man is potentially more difficult than he looks. So far, what I'm seeing is incredibly slow. And gonna be overheating, so let's get rid of that building. Took his first shots, and let's burn him. Alright, so far so good. This guy is taking big rockets like an absolute champ. Or I guess double mid rockets would be the better way to put that. It seems like his cooling isn't fantastic though. I would have expected something this big to maybe be packing, I don't know, an icicle or something. Probably should have shrugged off that fire by now. Like, I know that they're all running OPI, so it's typically not a thing for them to have weight that they don't need, you know, for excessive systems, because they can just basically plot cheat themselves, but still. There we go, big boy took big damage, and now he's gone. Want to see what the big issue is with this Gigantor tank at the end. So this big Christmas present looking situation, seems like something that Cal would have come up with. Supposedly, that's the one that caused the most issues for people. I mean, obviously, really big defense, probably really long range. Inside DD-20s, I mean, this thing's only offense is a machine gun sniper rifle, but it's apparently very fast, judging by everything. So, I assume it's just, like, exiled on way too many steroids and, I guess, some kind of 8 pizzas a day diet. Actually, didn't take a look with this guy's. Oh, sorry. Random burp situation there. Yeah, didn't look what this guy's build was to see if I could ditch my stuff. I was told be scared of the big guy, didn't look at the little guy. Hello there, Mr. Javelin. How goes? Yeah, the rust has been coming off quite nicely, I must say. So far, it's been pretty smooth sailing. There have been a couple that we had to redo off of, you know, little bits here and there, but overall, it's been a pretty smooth experience. We're currently running towards we're on 2nd position of Arena 4, which, by the way, I was saying earlier, I wish I would have noticed when you were sending all those files in the first place that a bunch of them were save files, because that was a lot of deleted save files that I didn't notice. Thankfully, I keep backups of almost everything, but, you know, still, it was kind of a pain to remember where I put them. Alright, so there goes that guy. Mr. Dude go dead?
You've been watching. How dare you?
Alright. Gotcha. Now then, let's see what Kyle's best friend here is looking like. Alright, Mr. Royd Exile, let's do this thing. It's basically like after Exile went off on his midlife crisis, decided to become a clown. That career didn't quite pan out for him. Oh dear God, he's gonna be a flyer, isn't he? Not this. No. We're not doing that crap. No. That's alright. I have ways to deal with this. Wasn't expecting a flyer out of that, which I guess probably should have figured from... Well, actually, speedy boosters don't necessarily say that, do they? He's got the busted rifle, so that's that. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see what his gimmick is. But now that we know his gimmick, we know how to make him dead. See, the funny part is, and the funny part about snipey MG builds in general, he can be relatively quick, he can be all that kind of stuff, but you know what he isn't? Super accurate at long range. Yeah, that sniper rifle may be busted in close range, but it is still a quarter rifle for all intents and purposes. So now we do as we do. And we'd be a cheap bastard. Because we've been here before. Alright. Now I just need to remember how this pattern goes exactly. Because I remember there was a pattern that I had figured out for, was it like... What the hell was his name? Like, I want to say it was one of the Deer Hunter builds. But there was a specific dodge pattern for stuff like this. But I remember it basically boiling down to if they can be hit with small rockets and napalm rockets for delays. Essentially just do like a kind of like retreating dodge kind of thing, and then weaving in between particular buildings basically causes the AI to prefer sideways movement over direct movement. So basically it means that they're going to be trying to avoid as much as possible. The rockets will delay them somewhat. And then we just basically try to get them to waste all their shots. And then at that point, they're just basically helpless. Alright. That makes me think of Darktooth, though. If you've ever played Twisted Metal 2. There we go. Something like that. Nope. Got stuck in the building. Basically what we need is that napalm there. Good luck using out of arenas? What does that mean? Alright, slightly miscalculated that, but that's perfectly fine. But yeah, no. Their gimmick is usable. We can be this thing. It can be done. We can break it. We have the bullet technology. Well, I mean, with that much bulky defense, we'll see if we actually have the rockets, but anyway. You normally go to the edge of the arenas? Well, that was the rule, though. We're, at this point, we can't use the entire edge of the arenas. Because there was a particular dodge of just staying right at the edge, not necessarily going off of it. As long as he takes his first shots, I'm cleared to attack it. But it was specifically between these buildings. There was a... I had gone and found ways to essentially dodge between them. So the way that the math ends up breaking down on that one is if you weave between the buildings, get them on fire, it slows them down somewhat, and each of the big rockets ends up delaying it. Small rockets, 2 at a time, if they both hit, can have a similar effect. Just testing the small rockets just now, it seems like the stability is way too high to actually be stopped by something like that. So, he needs the bigger ones to actually be slowed down. So the napalms keep him burning at all times, give a little bit of stagger, the big ones end up delaying him very slightly, buying us a little bit more time. He gets a few shots off every time that he goes between the buildings, we get 3 rockets off every time that he goes between the buildings. Creating a situation where we can basically just get positive DPS outcomes on that. Because the MG is not necessarily too scary, but that rifle is absolutely OP. Alright. Oh, I know he can't be outflanked. I'm not even trying to do that. Dude's got way too much turn speed for that, for something like that. See, the problem is, those rifles completely shred side shields. So most of this thing's defense are in its side shields. I did say that I would always stick to this particular build. The only thing that I would change would potentially be the loadout if, you know, if anything in particular was needed. Ultimately, I just settled on the rapid fire build. It's just kind of the same thing as the small rocket build, to be honest. It's just a bit more fun. But yeah, the idea is to just kind of force him to eventually take bad engagements, as it were. Alright. Just wait for him to get low. There's a particular angle that can work here, I've noticed. Yeah, he's got guard going on as well. Probably solid shield or something like that. There's also potentially another outcome here that would be pretty interesting if it happened, which is because of the fact that he's attacking constantly, there's also the possibility of just blowing off his guns. I have pulled that off with some of these builds before, so that's another thing with just attacking head-on. Because that's actually the downside of the 800 MG and the busted rifle, is because their hitbox actually does extend quite a ways up front. So we'll see. We'll see. Typically, it's about 3 shots from hand rockets to be able to pull something like that off. I mean, if I were to go for early cheap shots, would be around here. I mean, range is fine. I'm thinking a kite like this could also work, as long as he stays within a particular range. It's like if we hear a crunch sound anytime during this, and that's basically the thing that's going to do it. Not seeing any sparks that time, but yeah, when it comes to the weapon destruction mechanic, it's super janky, so that could work. I mean, either one of them. If he lost either one of them, he'd be toast. It's the combination of them that does it. The MG essentially keeps areas under control. The sniper ends up doing pretty good individual damage. The downside of it is that the sniper rifle does not have enough damage on its own, whereas the MG doesn't have the accuracy on its own. I mean, and granted, the way that this guy's doing it is pretty solid. But it's as soon as that crunch, that little crash sound comes in, that you can see the AP getting absolutely shredded. But it is doable. It is doable. The mechanics are there, the numbers are there. But I can definitely see why this guy gave so many folks trouble. Come on there, Mr. Sir. Take our warning shots. Yeah, this won't be the attempt. So starting pattern's pretty consistent. I'm thinking probably taking the right corner might have been the best one so far. It's getting him at a particular angle where I can hit him dead on. That's basically directly in front is where his accuracy is the worst. Because he can, his maneuverability will be enough to go away anywhere else. Thankfully, he's not pulling a Cypress. I hate that crap because it's difficult for reasons that are just purely out of the game's mechanics. In this case, it's not. It's not frustrating like that would be. All right, so I think we keep level eyes on this one. Let's see if I estimated this right. I mean, this guy can fly as fast as I can overboost, which is something. Well, realistically, what I want to be able to test here is whether we're better off using the hand rockets or the multi-rockets. So it seems like as soon as he's hit by fire, he stays on the ground. Also, I forget exactly how the mechanic worked, but as far as why the rifle and MG shred so much, the number of hits on a particular part is oftentimes what ends up... they each have a particular amount of AP, but there's also a mechanic for the number of hits, like somehow multiplying it or something. So the MG just tends to hit all over the place, whereas the sniper, like any rifles in general, will shred side parts. If we can get him on fire here. That was just a bad shot on my part. Anything inside an air battle? Yeah, I really don't like air battles in early 3rd gen. It just feels like crap, only because it wasn't meant to be done that way. Like when FA came in and rebuilt the system entirely for for proper air battles, that mess felt good. Because you had your interesting 360-degree lockbox thing going on. You had all your different movement options. In this one, you're built for looking straight ahead. It's like when they have builds that come in and like, oh fuck, I'm so clever, I made it fly. Like, no, you're a douche because you did not give me the ability to fly or look up and down conveniently. But yeah, thank you for not making him permanently fly, because that crap is seriously annoying. Yeah, FA air battles are just completely baller. And a gun! Let's do this thing. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm taking random shots in the air, I want to see if it affects his AI any. Ah, you know what? I just noticed something. Yes, I did notice something. Mr. Dude has a weakness. Let's see if we can exploit it in the next attempt. I remember what it was. Because this has come up before, and I've killed it before, and I know how to... I remember now. Mostly, anyway. Alright. Let's try and do this thing. Okay, now you need to stop doing bad slides. That's what's going on here. There's a particular way this has to be done. So some of the flyer ACs on like the air and ground ones, they have a little bit of a moment of confusion if you can make them break their lock. Now a lot of times going to the sides will be the thing that does it. In this case, however, due to the fact that he's redonkulously fast, the main way is to break his lock by essentially standing under it. Difficult to pull off, but if we can get him against a building while doing that, then he's essentially got a weakness. See, like right there, he's breaking lock occasionally. Now, if I can adjust for range, so looks like we're going about one tap above. I need him to go one tap above, need to find the edge of his lockbox. Stay about even with his front toes. and then essentially circle around back and forth in a way that makes him get a little bit confused, which should allow for getting a slight edge. If we can get him to burn through enough of his energy there, then potentially, based off his AI, he might be able to either be run out or stalled for just long enough to make this happen. Right. Problem is, I gotta be able to predict him the entire time. Alright, there's potential to this. God, I love this music. So we can take positive engagements like this. That's the thing. We gotta stay out of his scary stuff range. I mean, he's still got armor for days, so even with the heavy weapons, his MG is gonna be out damaging. But if we can stall him out with fire using this method, it can work. Alright, this is the closest yet. That's a third of his AP gone. You see what I mean, though? You see the weakness right there? You can do this. I think... I have a feeling that a lot of the streams that I do end up pissing people off. It's always like, what the hell are you talking about? There's nothing going on there. Like, I swear, there's a kink in the armor right there. Like, we can exploit that. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Why are you trying to beat one vision with a stick? Like, just trust me, okay? I know what I'm talking about. Doing stupid crap is what I do. Beating things in dumb ways, rather. Oh, he was not where I thought he would be. Yeah, part of this, though, is keeping him permanently on fire. And it actually might potentially be worth ditching the rapid rockets, looking at it. Because the napalms are doing the majority of damage to him, so if I did ditch the rapid rockets, that would give us a slight edge on speed. That might potentially get us where we need to be a little bit better. We'll see if that approach leaves us out of ammo, but 120 napalms is more than enough to kill anything in real dead. Part of the problem is we have to kind of accept an early overheat here. There's also another option to potentially exploit here as well, that during that landing I can potentially get a napalm right in his face. Alright, those need to be some more rapid dodges. It depends entirely on how well he can track, because I'm assuming he's got lockbox for days. But it's alright, we just gotta find the very edge of it, and then it's workable. I need to take a quick look at his lockbox here, because if I'm assuming it goes off the edge of the screen. Because based off where the angle is, it should be like right at his toes, give or take. I know, this is not the way you're supposed to play Armored Core, but whatever. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that is not... That's actually smaller than I thought it would be. Striking like a dog, yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Just breaking that lock right there. Yeah, I mean, this guy is basically running aim hacks for all intents and purposes. Hey, look, it's a windscreen and it involves this guy. That means we did it. No, but yeah, that's, he can't aim past a certain point, it seems. So we gotta find the hole and exploit it. Oh, no. I mean, like, in the mechanics of the game, it's like he's practically got aim hacks here. As in, he always tracks. Alright, I missed the opening. So this won't be the attempt. But it's alright, let's practice a little bit. Yeah, no, I know you do all these by hand. This is... I'm pretty sure nobody's ever bothered to come up with an aim hack for this game. Don't worry, I'd never accuse you of that. I think that's why I love so many of these, like, lesser played PSP games for most of the stuff that I do. It's stuff that realistically nobody would have come up with some crazy hacks for or whatever else. It's a pure experience, you know? Alright, so I'm not sure we're getting too much speed out of that one. Oh, okay, you know what? Actually, wait a minute. That was interesting. You see that? Huh. This dragon's a breakthrough. Alright, let's... The cool thing about hand rockets, by the way, I think I've maybe seen the napalms blown off once, but generally speaking, for stuff like this, they would shred off any arm weapons that you'd have, which if I were to guess, for the other folks in the community that were doing this, how many of them just got disarmed fighting this guy? Alright. Got him with the nose bunks. So, as long as I can keep his rifle out of the equation, puts him on MG only, it's still, like, we still can't win the GPS, or, wow, we can't win the DPS race against MG alone, but it does help, because we still have more armor. And then if he gets stuck somewhere and we can find an angle to exploit from, that'll do it. All done, mouse and keyboard? Alright. Out of curiosity, I wonder if he can be exploited with long-range snipes. Because I'd assume most of these are already pretty much immune to that kind of nonsense. I mean, theoretically, maybe. I was curious how he would do. Oh, hang on, we gotta reset the music real quick. Let me reset. Doctor did it at slightly long range. Yeah, I mean, like if you have snipes, I'm pretty sure you could do it. I just need to reset the music because it's at that point of the soundtrack where it just repeats the intro music over and over, and it's kind of annoying. I was trying to remember. They had to copy the build to beat it. Nah, we're not doing that. This is the build that's going to be used. We'll find a way. Well, I mean, we already kind of have a way. Now we're going to try the same approach, as I'm going a little heavier. Alright, missed the opening. But, like, right there, he could potentially get stun locked while in the air, which might potentially cause him to drop, which might potentially ruin his AI a little bit. So, I'm going to rewatch this one because I want to see how the rocket flurry affects him. Because I think potentially this also has potential for being able to flank him. So if we combine the two, it looked like this was giving him a slight bit of knockback. All right. So let's take a quick look, see how much knockback we're looking at here, see if I'm actually seeing that accurately. Because what I'm thinking is, if it gives him a slight bit of knockback, that affects his ability to aim, right? Gives us more time to get into position to actually exploit the lockbox. It seems like it's doing a better job than just the individual double rockets. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem though. He can get trapped in a corner, but he'll eventually come out of it. I need to be able to stagger him in such a way that it affects his aim. It's like right there, it is knocking him out of his aim loop to some degree, but it would take consistent rapid rockets. So what I'm thinking is, rapid rockets, get him in a corner, eventually create a situation where those will run out, then would need to be finished off with the hand rockets, presumably overheating the whole time. If he could potentially be overheated or drained out, it didn't seem like even fire was doing much to his energy supply. So even while permanent overheat is going on, you can safely assume he's not running out of energy. Alright. Now, this is also partially going to come down to RNG, because I need him to need him to come down at the front there. That's part of the reason for trying to figure out how to do that landing snipe. If he decides to stay in the air, I mean, it would be a completely different strategy at that point, so we're not doing that. So we gotta get him to land. And in fact, potentially one better way of doing this is instead of going overheat and taking the heat early on, you can potentially just cheese the building. So get close to the building, go around it, go behind him. Try to get, like, if we get on his side and repeatedly deliver the rocket flurry, and then, I mean, then at that point there actually is the option of flank. It's just getting the right angle. Because if he gets his angle, that's it. Like right there was pretty close. So what it needs to be, he needs to be hovering slightly above, right? He needs to be hovering slightly above. Rockets hit him, he gets knocked down, and puts him down into his regular ground animation. He has to relaunch. Putting him into that kind of stun would allow for getting a flank, which would then allow for essentially getting a proper bit of damage off. Thinking maybe switching between the two different rocket types. Yeah, that does it. You just need that particular height. See, because if we get that rocket flurry off properly, like, actually, you know what I should be? You know, I should be going on his other side. Because if we go on his other side, but then we disengage the rifle while it's the only thing he can use, if he's having a hard time tracking with his right, he can't track it all with his left. End up removing it entirely. Potentially, the real weapon there is taking out his gun. Then he doesn't have anything to attack with. Probably don't even purge anything. All right. I like this plan. The problem is if he decides to do this right here, where he's just stuck in the air. Alright. So yeah, we get fire. I heard something snap. I don't know if that was his gun or not. I doubt it. Like, the 800 MG is just one of those things that does not break. Yeah, no, that was not his rifle, but I need to... Let me take a quick look at his setup here. How did that affect him? And yeah, I know, it's probably annoying, but I like to take a really scientific approach to these challenge runs. It's like, this entire thing is a puzzle. Robot AI can laugh all at once. As long as it's having a good time, we're all having a good time. It's like, this is one of those ones that I really like because it's not a frustrating challenge. It doesn't feel like it's being annoying for no reason. Like, this is clearly within the game's mechanics. It is clearly as the game was designed to be. Meanwhile, Cypress, I don't care if it's an easier fight. That guy pisses me off every time that I go through AC3. Alright, so I want to see if I got at least a spark on his rifle, because I know I hit that thing a few times. It doesn't look like it. Okay. That's fine. Fair enough. Let's give it another go. On a bit of a odd note here, for some reason, after my computer decided to repeatedly restart this morning, it just changed the colors of some stuff. So I keep being weirded out by the fact that some of my UI is just like a silvery white now. It's like this used to be transparent, but alright. Alright. I mean, potentially there's also the option to just trick him to go near the border and rocket stunning him out of it. That'd be kind of funny. I don't think the AI even is capable of going out of it in this map. And in this case, I'm not luring him here. He's going here. I was just chasing after him. Also, how do you laugh indiscriminately anyway? I mean, unless you're a crazy person, you'd have to be laughing at least something. Alright, let's try this again with hands this time. Alright, and break. Alright, that's not the pass I was hoping to get there. See, part of the problem is he'll land on those small buildings. That'll give him a little bit more... It'll change his overall pattern. Yeah, you know what, actually... Potentially the hands are better at slapping him down. Maybe I was wrong on that first assessment. So, we get the right angle, then we slap him down, then repeatedly try to... If we get consecutive hits, like maybe 10 rockets in a row or something, that should be enough to get a flank angle on him. At which point we should be able to attack from the side, at which point we should be able to damage one of his guns or destroy it, at which point it's basically a win. That's kind of what we're banking on here. And yeah, that one's inconsistent. What I was thinking is he might have a consistent approach angle from that building, in which case we could wait for a particular point where he breaks it down, then shoot at the same spot and get him. But this is the right angle to slap him down from. It does delay him a little bit. We will break you. We have the technology. And that technology is a controller, which does not work normally because for some reason it has no battery life anymore. Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. I have a theory that there was these magnetic chargers that we picked up a little while ago, which are really cool for the kids, but I can't help but notice that all devices that were using them suddenly have way worse battery life. But either dang way. Yeah, it was really cool. We got these little magnetic charger dealies. It's like you plug a little dealie into your phone, and then or your iPad or whatever have you, and then you just basically put this little magnet on it, and it charges it. Yeah, that one was just a total fluke. I'm talking about charging cords, but yeah, no, it's kind of neat though. Because, like I said, assuming that they don't trash the electronics that they're being put into, it helps the kids actually learn to go and plug all their devices in. So, like, every time, like, go plug your iPad in, okay, goes and finds the glowy wire, puts it on the bottom, but she can never figure out how to plug them in before when it was just a cord. So now, like, as long as it's in the general vicinity, it just snaps into place. It's really cool. I really hope it's not the reason so many things are suddenly having battery issues. Because this controller does not work for the actual PS4 anymore. Like, it literally will just die the second it's disconnected. There we go, we got an okay flank angle there for a moment. Okay, some blind fire. He's too high to actually get hit here. He's so high, stupid robot won't die. So high, high in AP and basically all stats. What a cheater. Anyway, so yeah. Point being, all them things with all them charge cords is kind of neat, I suppose. So, I think that was a pretty solid go. We need to have a bit more consistency. Like, there's the anti-machine gun angle that I was talking about. There's a specific angle that you can go at, especially with RJs. In which they don't track you right. And if you can choose that just right, in a lot of cases you can make machine guns miss consistently. It's sometimes weird to abuse, but come on, blow that gun off. Yeah, we're low on energy. This won't be the attempt, but still improving. There goes my armor. Alright, that's the best attempt yet. Are his guns sparking? He is not sparky, however, I don't see anything in his hands. Hold on. Let me take a quick look there. Huh. I just noticed this song is basically like a funky rock remix of Silver Bells. Alright, so all that stuff keeps hitting him. It's largely hitting him in the shoulder, weirdly enough. Huh. Alright, so I'm definitely not hitting his guns there. Where's that smoke coming from? There's some kind of... Was it from the fire? Yeah, okay, so the hand rockets were mostly missing him. If we can get that kind of angle, though... He's able to almost entirely ignore that heat, though. Unlike previous ones, he's almost entirely unable to overheat, but if we do that, if we can give him a proper overheat, like it... I feel like it would probably take 15 rockets or more. That would be the end of him. See? Mind you, Armored Core. I knew you were Christmas all along. Yeah, whatever. Do it again! Well, I guess it's more Choir of the Bells. No, it's not Choir of the Bells either. Which one is it? Because it's not like the normal Silver Bells, which always annoys me. Because every Christmas, that one theme is like like that whole thing. I always want to call it Silver Bells because it mentions Silver Bells a whole bunch in the song, and then you look up Silver Bells and it's that friggin' annoying, like 50s song. And I'm sure I can't be the only one that appreciates some 50s music but gets really annoyed by the smarminess of it every now and then. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say this thing couldn't be flanked? Because we're flanking it real good right now. Land, sir. So I may deliver some pain. Holy crap, how are you still so high on AP? Nothing should be able to take this kind of punishment. This thing reminds me of the Damon run. Like Damon Rocket only. Basically got the same situation here. Holy crap, we got the real overheat on him, I think. Now you turn around. Suck it. That's how it's done. Poor guy's getting slaughtered. Man, he just got beat to death with Meat Mallet, thank you very much. That was ridiculous. That guy took, like, what, 80 rockets? Sweet Jesus, man. Not to mention was on fire the entire time. Alright, we gotta see this from his angle. This is my proud AC moment of the year right there. There it was. There was the shot right there. It hit him at just the right angle that it put him at a weird flank. Because he got hit in the legs with the napalm, he got hit with the doubles in the arm. It caused him to turn slightly to the left, and that was it. That finally was enough to get out of his lockbox, and then he couldn't do it past that point. There we go. Theory proven, and then every shot once we're on the flank keeps making him turn a little bit more. And that flinch just keeps throwing him away. Although, man, the AP on that 800 MG is quite gnarly, I must say. Want to see if that thing ever ended up... Like, all these shots are landing right on the 800 MG. He keeps getting hit in the arm and thrown sideways. And it's... yeah. I was seriously worried when he was down to that last 1000 AP, and he suddenly turns around like, "Oh hey, how's your day going?" Like, 'cause my day hurts. Like just those few seconds that he turned around and got a look, he shredded 2000 AP off. There we go. So it sounds like that's the big boy of this particular collection. GG. Alright, I'm gonna have to clip that at some point, or if anybody knows how to clip it. Let it never be said that I'm not at least average with rockets. Alright, we got... Oh man, this is the, like, edgy Mobius over here. I like this. I mean, he's got no blade on him, but whatever, the build makes me think of that. I'm gonna kill the mighty beast with smarts. This is what I do challenge runs for. Finding stupid abuses that would have no practical use in any other time. All of this cheese is still completely worthless at multiplayer. Thank you. Glad to entertain. Alright, now to die to the first AI after that. Oh, he got me good. I was about to get him with all three. There we go, he's on fire. There's your mobility. Should probably be going for the smalls today. Oh man, that looked really slick, and I completely expected that one to miss. And he's toast. Goodbye, sir. See, and the plus side about AC challenge runs over, say, something like Tactics Ogre and stuff like that, unlike those, in order to beat a challenge, ooh, look, it's Blue BB. In order to do one of these, it typically will take, you know, less than 8 months to complete a challenge run, so there's that. Yes, one man, one goal, one vision has been going on for about a year. I don't know what you're talking about. And this morning I was actually going to try to finish it, actually, instead of this one, and then ran into technical issues where I found out that my computer had more or less restarted and deleted all my audio settings, and so it was going, but there was no sound. And so that one's, you know, less than great. But, oh well. Alright, Blue BB is dead, BB, in just a moment. I just love rockets in Silent Line. They just feel so good. And then you load up Last Raven, they're like, "Hi, we've taken your rockets, we've just old yellered them, and here's their dead corpse, have fun with that." They're all fast and zoomy and punchy. And they feel like wet farts in LR. Alright. We've got Not Quebec. Yeah, I'm not actually sure when I'm going to have to cut off the stream today. Hopefully I have a chance to do all of them today. Like, realistically speaking, would you say that one's the, like, kind of the champion of the whole arena there? Like, are the rest of these mostly just interesting challenges and all that kind of thing? Like, if I do end up getting cut off early? Alright, what is this guy doing? This build does not hold up to lightweight builds. Although I suppose another challenge was met yesterday. I proved to myself that I could eat an entire large pizza in one sitting. it's not entirely healthy. But I mean, it's one of these things where I was saying I wasn't sure if it was a healthy idea, and my wife's like, "Yeah, but you should probably try though." I was like, "Okay." It's like it's one of these things that no one's gonna give you crap for if you're by yourself. I'm like, fair enough. You know what? Why not? That is not wrong. Okay, that's really weird how they just decided to go on a vacation halfway through the fight. What's up with that? Should definitely go for the upper aim here. He's abusing my aim strategies for quads by being in the air. Aww. The quad is a smarty boy. Well, thank you, Colonel. Careful, that quad is a smart one. You have to use, like, cigarettes or something. You ate a whole pizza as well? Well, congratulations. We shall celebrate obesity. Not really. More like I'm just gonna feel all bloaty today. Well, all things considered, I can feel pretty good. Not sure what happened with all that. Really would have expected to feel like crap. I kind of feel like I could go for a run. Quad, why you run? Yeah, it was kind of funny though. I was talking to the guy at the pizza place yesterday over some kind of sale they were having. I was like, you know what? I think, it's a medium. Can I get a medium or whatever else? Like, I'll be honest, the whole deal thing, it's the same price for all of them. I'm just gonna give you the bigger one. Like, okay, whatever works. Now then, I know what to do here. Just a matter of executing it. Because there's specific timings for when he's coming down and going up. And I can out DPS him. And then could potentially finish him off when he's doing this whole thing. Because, yeah, early on, if he loses about half his AP, then when he does his big runaway move, seems like a big ol' opening, just asking to get sniped. Yeah, yesterday we did. We found out that AC3 can be beaten with only Exceed Orbits. Well, I mean, with one exception where mines had to be used to open up Death Hallway, but no, whatever, details. So what I need is at least 3 or 4 successful arm shots here before he does his runaway in order to be able to pull this off. That's super weird how he does that, though. I mean, I could have used that. Feels super cheesy to do, but could do that. Thank cat. Sorry, I'm used to doing like a little hiss sound towards the cat every time he tries to go and claw the couch. And I'm out of crap on the desk to throw at him. Alright. Nope. Bad angles. Yeah, no, this isn't going to be the one. So what is he trying to do there? Is he just trying to go for a bait, or... I mean, it does know he doesn't really have the AP to hold up to that, right? Okay, there we go. He's very dead. We're just going to take the army approach. He ran away, quick, annihilate his entire existence. Just all the artillery. That is the Young Master DX second version. That makes so much sense. I was gonna say, this looks so much like one of the builds used in one of the tournaments recently. Yes, run, cat. My aim's pretty good, thank you. Found more stuff on my desk to throw at him. But yeah, no, he, you know that one map where it's like the grid rooms and stuff like that? Man, the hexagonal grid rooms that connect to each other, he basically used a build just like this, if it's not the exact same one. And yeah, no, it was a total curb stomp. That thing is brutal for multiplayer. Just in all honesty, the whole shotgun machine gun setup is pretty brutal and anything. Though, I have to say, it worked pretty well in 4-Answer too. Like, I got some crap for using a quad back in the day, but my favorite build on that one was this, like, laser spider kind of situation, in which it was basically a rapid shotty on the left, a motor cobra on the right, a pocket dragon slayer on the left, and a, it was the, was it like the 16-shot vertical missiles on the back, along with the that kind of like flowery laser cannon looking thing, the plasma cannon. And so basically we just would go around everywhere just nuking with that. And then it was just basically layers on layers and layers. Would always go for battle royale matches. Would just skirt around the map, just launching missiles and trying to snipe with a cannon in the early parts of the match, and nothing could match ground speed of a quad in that one. So we'd just basically skate around, just hitting and running for the first half of the match. Those would run out, then would go for all the close range, like shoddy motor cobra type situations, which I love saying because that is the single greatest weapon name in the series as far as I'm concerned. The frickin' motor cobra is just such a cool name. Anyway, there's Missionary 5, next up is Missionary 6. I suppose this is actually closer to like 40 AIs, isn't it? Not 50. Oh yeah, this guy looks like Rotation. It's like Rotation went on a diet. But anyway, so yeah, then we'd go for that one, and then once those ran out, it was PA and Blade. It was pretty solid, pretty darn fun. Put some decoys out. This guy feels like he's gonna be a multi-layered type of guy. Oh, you're gonna be a hover dick, aren't you? Man, or are we just talking about being praised for not making hover dicks? We just had words about this. So betrayed right now. This is so douchey. Oh man, this thing sucks. I love its build, but I hate fighting it. The funny part is, it's doing so little damage that we probably can win it anyway, but... Oh, man. Yeah, he's almost out of pistol rounds, too. Mommy, why is this robot such a prick? Alright. Let's do that one again, this time being a bit more aware of his comical stun lock ability, and the fact that he apparently is a bird. Dang stun birds. He's basically a Castlevania bird, is what he is. Alright, we'll go for the kneecaps. Because that's what you do with birds, right? So bird hunting works, you just, like, remove the legs. That's really messed up, never mind. Funnily enough, got invited to go hunting the other day. I'm like, well, I need to find a new bow. I haven't been doing that in a while. Which, I'll be honest, as far as hunting goes, I get they've got their purpose and everything, but if I ever did go hunting again, it seriously would not be with a shotgun. Alright, so we've got the flamboyant reindeer. Yeah, this thing's a San Francisco reindeer. Dual Shizukas, as it were. Try and get rid of that. We're probably going to need to use the hand rockets to get any type of damage off on this thing. Not the building I was going for. There we go. Free it. Free it from its captive building. Oh yeah, he's definitely that 100% that guy. That's alright. So far we got this. It is funny that you actually see more of LR's intro happening in early 3rd gen than you actually see in LR. Right, please don't. That's so douchey. But yeah, this thing's basically a perma-stun lock build. Alright, lefty. Okay. Alright, whatever. He's gonna fly, isn't he? It flies. It's okay. As long as it has kneecaps, we can bust them. It's a cool setup, though. I like the pulse and MGs. Again, lots of good work on deceptive builds this time around, I gotta say. Solid job on that. Like in terms of builds of like, oh yeah, it's firing a machine gun. Oh wait, it's stealthily switched into something else because that's a different machine gun. Alright, he's still burning a little bit. We're still sort of ahead in the AP race. Like, that's the thing with all these light builds. It doesn't take much to break them and get the AP lead again. You just gotta land right. And a bit of a side note, I was talking about doing a Saints Row 2 run earlier. 5 seconds into testing whether that'll work, I remembered why I didn't do it last time. In which, for some reason, they have this bizarre thing where you can't actually input your custom controls. You have to remember exactly what number they are for everything. So it basically would require mapping out exactly what each button does, and then going and manually applying it in the menu, which would have taken too long and just couldn't be bothered. So there we go. There's that one done. Painless. But that's a lot of painful stuff on it. And it's got a big horn, and that probably does big hurts too, and also is probably a radar. But actually, no, wait, that's the one without a radar, isn't it? Big horny head has no actual use for that sensor with no sensors. If it's the head I'm thinking of. Like, the reindeer head is apparently all made of sensors, but the one that looks like it has a sensor on it is sensorless? I don't know, it was something like that. Like, I think that one was the one that was saying it's got really good defense. It's like, horn is not defense, that is offense. But if you say so. Which actually would be an amazing mechanic to see in an RPG somewhere. Where it's just like, your defense is always your offense. It's like, oh, it's a self-defense weapon, it's a knife, that's why it gives me armor. Exactly, Mr. Javelin. Thank you. I prefer my challenge runs like I prefer my steaks. Well done. Yes, I like well done steaks. Don't question me. I know that's not the proper way to eat a steak, and I don't care. Ruined things are delicious to me. I literally eat burnt food. ECM rockets, huh? That's adorable. Oh man, I love it. Alright, if you could maybe not interrupt my jump animation, that'd be great. There we go. And... yeah, a little bit too much turn on that one, that's fine. Oh, that sucks. I was right. You could kind of see where the line was going at the very end there. It was basically going to be a draw over who's getting their shot in first. But his shot went out first. Such is the way of things in the Wild West of a random town sitting on a friggin' block in the middle of the desert. Who lives here and why? That's the real question. How do you need such giant roads for such tiny buildings? Dang it, AC Universe. Why'd you have to start trying to make sense in 5th gen? You were never about how much logic you had. Like, I seriously legitimately miss the bizarre scaling stuff from 1st gen. They're like, oh man, look, here's this house that's as big as this giant robot. Oh wait, now the robot's as big as an entire building. And there's just discussions trying to figure out why it is that they're both as tall as a house, as tall as a skyscraper, but also as tall as the signpost. Are the signposts just really tall, or what? Okay, I'm laughing too much and flubbing this particular guy. Need to do that thing with the focusing and the not laughing at random crap for no reason. But I love laughing at random crap for no reason, thank you. Stop telling me what to do, me. Alright, there we go. Yeah, look at those snipes! Tell me that wasn't sick right there. No, I don't know how that happened either. It's literally just a muscle memory thing. Half the time I'm theorizing and hoping that my hands do the thing that they're supposed to be doing. Alright, so that is Arena 6. Yeah, that is Arena 6 now. Next for Arena 7. Let's do this. Who do we got? Claudette, I believe that is the first lady in this thing, and they are the grenade cannon situation. Okay. Dandy dandy. Got some missiles, presumably as a delay tactic. Well, we'll bite. We'll toss out some decoys. Pop, pop, pop. Alright, I'll start off with 4 decoys. Remove their building. Wow, that was a complete flub. And do the thing. Alright, beautiful. Stop him, my guys. Alright, I think it might be time to go for fasty rockets. Alright, interesting delay. Delay on the missiles. Yeah, I really appreciate the single launcher getting some love in all these AI arenas. Like, it's kind of funny how the game itself thinks they're pretty worthless, but then there's some of the better low-key missiles in the game, even if they're not necessarily the most sexy design on them. No, we're not switching to decoys for a single missile, thank you. Not about to eat that grenade round for that. See what you're trying to do. Trying to trick me off my rockets. Not about that life right now. Whoa. That's not a good prize. Everything just froze for a second. Is it still working? It's not a horrible bubbling noise. Alright, so we got AC2 cannon, we got linear cannon. What, did you just forget to bring guns? Alright, whatever. This dude's gonna be on about his cannon. It's probably gonna be a bit of a skatey boy. Again, just for clarity's sake, I'm not trying to snipe them through that building. They cannot snipe through a building. They will destroy the prop that they hit. It's just the AI always loves to get stuck behind that building. Yeah, it's a cannon skater. Really don't like the Harlequin cannon. It's not what it's called, just an AC3, friggin' Harlequin, every challenge run, man. Was there with his OPI and his cannon on his quad, pretending that he's doing it legit. It's like that build in particular always kind of got on my nerves, because it just looks like he's basically faking doing the legit cannon thing. It's like, no guys, I'm a quad, it's okay, ignore the fact that I'm shooting it from the air. It's fine. I'm being stable standing on this air up here. It's a corgi! No, okie dokie. That is a little boy with a big gun. Right. That seems to have done the job okay. Now we're gonna go for small rockets. We need to keep them on the ground. Yeah, that howitzer, man. That Howie's doing real big owies. Come on, mess up his aim, mess up his aim. Alright, a little bit more. Yeah, shouldn't have done the left turn there. I clinched it. Basically, it was down to an option of either try to skate left and try to get on his right side, or try to take a little bit of a left turn, scoot around to the side, and get him from there. It's alright, it was close. Not worried about being able to pull off this one. As we take the fast skate, we mitigate most of his incoming damage. It's just a matter of getting a few shots off to get him off the back there. Yeah, long skates are the answer here. A little bit surprised those missed, actually. This guy, though. Like, are you hearing that sound? Am I the only one getting real annoyed by that? The fact that he keeps turning the EO on and off. For no reason. Okay, I have to know, Mr. Javelin, if you're still here, what was the logic behind having him turn it on and off constantly? Is that meant to be an annoyance, or are you trying to get him to do, like, rifle planks with his MG core? Yeah, I just needed one shot. Friggin' building was on the way. That's alright, let's do it again. Although I didn't see him popping the thing in and out, so it actually might have been part of the music. It really would be like AC to put some EO on and off sounds in the music. No, that was definitely him. Right, don't do that. Come on now. He's close, so is he will trigger? Yeah, fair enough. Alright, come on, don't do that. Don't do the thing. Yeah, the face hover that you see all over LR, that's one of those maneuvers that's like... It's one of the reasons that I really don't like Last Raven. Because they basically just decided, like, oh wow, this is actually a pretty hard thing to counter because our system is completely not designed for it. this no AC should be able to fly infinitely at this particular angle. Why don't we just make everybody do it, and then just like every challenge run, if it's anything other than, you know, with a wide lockbox, it's just it becomes real sucky to play. No, that's not the music. That is most definitely him. Come on, one shot, no? Just one of these to land, and there we go. Done deal. Movements are mixed? Gotcha. Hey, he's got a lot of different moves going on. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't abusing the face-over. I mean, like, in LR where, like, you got frickin' Evangel, and just, it's literally all he does, and all they do is circle around in that same range. And it's like, if you have a big lockbox, it doesn't matter, but for anything other than, like, machine gun shield wide lockbox, it's like, why are you doing this? Why would you design it like this? What do you have against your player base? Alright, so we got Hustler 1, 9-ball. Fair enough. Well, we'll see how this plays out. Looks like we've got the Hustler 1 from AC1 here. Or Hostler 1, as I like to call him. For no particular reason other than I needed to come up with a weird name for him for this thing once. It's a story. Anyway. Alright, so what's he gonna do? Alright, we got cannons. Alright, whatever. We're still on track here. He's wasted most of his grenade rounds. Not necessarily super hard to predict here. I do appreciate the little detail they went for the kind of green boosters here. Nice touch. It's looking like he's using the same boosters. There we go. Now he's on fire. Now we gotta recreate the what's it, Master of Arena outro. Probably the only outro I can think of that makes you legitimately feel bad for, like, an outright murder machine. I mean, he was just doing his job, to be fair. Anybody got too influential and they took him out, although it makes you wonder why he wasn't out there sniping CEOs 24/7, but whatever, this universe has some weird rules. Come to think of it, is that ever explained? As to why he only attacks pilots and not, you know, anyone with actual influence? I've only been through Master Arena like 3 or 4 times, I think. I don't remember, if they explained anything beyond that. Alright. And that's another arena down, so that's Missionary 7 handled. We got Missionary 8 and 10, apparently? I don't know what happened to 9, but okay, we got 8 and 10. Good! I was waiting to see when we'd see Nuke Arms. I mean, he's just gonna be gone, but still, I love the Nuke Arms. They're fun. Like, your super weapon kind of has a little bit of a downside when it's got 2 shots, and you know the defense against it has 12. But still, they're fun, you know. Definitely got a lot of meat on them, though. A lot of meat on them bones. Did not mean to overboost. That's just my controller being weird. Alright, whatever. Let's just rapid fire. Need some consistent shots here. It's definitely fast for something so meaty. That's probably why he's got those missile arms going on. They're a distraction, aren't they? He's mostly a chain gun build. Makes sense. Right. I think I have to go get a refill on coffee real quick. Killer! There we go. Alright, I'm gonna get up, grab more coffee real quick. And I'll be right back. Minor refreshment break. Okay, hello. So, wait, check the files and it's up to 20, see if you can so if you can, or can feel like doing all 20 of it today. No. Like after these 10, I am more than satisfied, unless there is a particular one with some particular stuff in it that you really want to see done today. Basically once they start getting this long, stuff just starts going awry, so I really don't want it to be too much longer. A little bit of a side note, rotisserie chicken and tomatoes is delicious. Alright, he's going ahead and put himself over that way. That's interesting. Get out of here, Salaman. This one's down to the wire. Oh, man. Ooh, that was close. Alright. Kind of wound up near the edge there, but whatever. Again, edge roll only applies if it's, like, legitimately you lured them out there for that particular reason. The AI likes to wind up there a lot of the time. If the fight just got there, then it's whatever. Oh, you know what? I just noticed. That's the dude from AC2. Well, kind of. I mean, he's got a instead of the multi-launcher, which they like to pretend is like just a small missile launcher in the intro, he's got the cannon. But whatever, you know, it's close. Also, Susanado, or I'm assuming that's like Susanato or something, makes me think of like Susan, the cousin of Karen, the tornado that scares retail managers. Alright. More machine guns, more cannons, neato. But yeah, no. As far as doing like 20 of them, I really feeling pretty alright at this point, like especially after the big one there. Mr. laughs indiscriminately, however that works. Yeah, you can tell movement's already a bit slower, so kind of winding down here. Maybe one day I'll do one of these like 24-hour type delays, but provided time permits. A little bit disappointed that the PSP, or not the PSP, but the Vita decided to start crapping out on me. It was pretty cool to be able to say that everything was happening off legit hardware. I mean, granted, that was never going to be Armored Core off that thing, but still. Alright, another refinement of the same thing. Let's do. Let's do. Nope, nope, wait. Gotta fix the music again. Yeah. How does Farm in the Front have so much better of a soundtrack than Last Raven? Same generation, same hardware, same everything. And Last Raven is just there with its disgusting burpee soundtrack. Meanwhile, this thing is just rocking with some of the best music in the series. I mean, granted, Silent Line's no slouch either, but you can only hear the same track so many times for this arena. Even if they did try to vary it up. Which this AI arena is probably why they added the music randomization feature, if I were to guess. Actually, on a bit of a funny note, I think when they were doing the intro for Last Raven, I think somebody must have seen the rapid launcher and must have seen mid launchers, and they're like, "Oh man, they must all fire that way." That's the only place. That's the only way you can possibly explain what's going on in the intro there. All right, so Missionary 10 is going to be the last of the ones that I've got in here. Yondu. Is he going to make a little arrow thing fly around everywhere? Who knows? Either way, out come the decoys. Wait, somebody has lower AP than I do. There we go. So far, so okay. Gotta do the sustained fire rockets. Dandy dandy. 3 more. More delicious coffee goodness. Now with honey. What the hell? Nice geometry. Anyway. Carburetor. Fair enough, I guess kind of looks like one. Alright, quad adjust. Looks like we got big cannons, big quad. Judging by the chain guns, this thing's going to be skating a lot. Take a shot. Hit me with your best shot, but maybe miss though. Can you imagine how strong arm guns would be if they could function as the left arm slot? Which is funny, because now that I think about it, even up to Verdict Day, like, they never really properly got that working. Like, even in Verdict Day, where you basically can replace some of your arms with a bigger gun, even then you still never really... You never really get that option to fire arm guns and back weapons at the same time. Like, the closest you get would be in For Answer, but it still doesn't apply to everything. Devastator. Except he's spelled all edgy like. Man, Mr. Javelin, you're really a big fan of different colored left arms, ain't you? Except for that one time where he's got like the whole like right arm to shoulder thing going on. Oh no, we're having one of those, huh? It's alright, I can devastate too. Get devastated! Oh, didn't land where I thought he would. Also got a question last time as far as how to know like where they're gonna land and whatever else, but pattern recognition aside, it's literally just you can see the dot starting to change color, and you kind of get used to the timing over time. Like as soon as you start changing it, you kind of just picture in your head and blah blah blah. Then landing happens, and then you pop them in the face, and they go boom. And that's how you do the robot game with some of the most annoying to use weapons. Except for parry blades, but there's no way in hell I'm planning on parry blading this entire arena. I'm sure it's possible. Would never want to go through that, though. Okay, please don't be a face humper. Because he's got the break build, too. Alright, he's flying like a face humper. Please don't be a face humper. He's kind of a face humper, but not as bad as LR. I just can't really get a consistent stream on him yet. Alright, whatever. He's gonna be an annoying one. Not bad, but just gonna take an extra attempt. Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna end up having time for the Fell Seal one today. Well. Whatever, next opportunity. Next opportunity is all Fell Seal. Wait, why do I keep... Okay, that's why. I was like, why do I keep getting the energy warning? Like, I can't possibly be low yet. Got stuck in a building. Alright. Let's do it again. Mighty Jindy. Okay. Well, we'll deal with him. We'll deal with him in just a moment here. Because he's definitely got gaps for getting it done. Fifth greatest? Which one's the greatest? So I got a rough idea of his patterns. I've gotten him low enough. Like, the rifle and MG build is, you know, as it usually does, quite frankly. Let's restart real quick. I mean, that's one of those ones that kind of falls under the category of kind of technical annoyance, but what can you do? At this point, we already know that we can beat something like this, but still. I think it mostly just feels bad because it's the just because that particular rifle shreds side stuff so hard, so it ends up just feeling like, you know, kind of like they're cheating. But oh well. Like I said, it's not insurmountable. It just feels weird. So this little circle pattern can do it. It's just a matter of nailing it. Like right now, 4 shots ahead, we'd still be winning the DPS race. He can be DPS. Potentially, rapid rockets might allow for a second salvo to go in. We'll get there when we get there. There we go. Something like that. This very specific timing. Yeah, he has some movement adjustment. Yeah, if all missed shots had nailed on that one, that would have been doable. Again! Nope. Bad pattern. Alright, this is a practice one then. It's funny how sometimes he delays his landings. Usually he won't, but occasionally he'll be like, you know, juke and then fly back up. I feel like that must have been intentional. Although, now that I think about it, there are some AIs that'll do that. Some other thing is before I just gotta get out of his frickin' lockbox and then we're good. Yeah, now we got the circle. See, I keep trying to think whether it was intentional when it comes to the side shields and things like that. And then specifically that rifle. Like, I wonder if it was meant to be a sort of low-key armor-piercing mechanic. Because, I don't know, it just seems so odd. What do you think if y'all are up to the whole chatty thing today? Y'all silent robot folks? Yeah, I definitely would not feel like doing all 20 of them today. Movements are random. Gotcha. I mean, they're not entirely random. There are a few things that we seem to be able to suss out with the little movements. Alright, we're gonna try for the rapid rock this time. It's not entirely random. Like, little positions of his lockbox and things like that are definitely making a difference. And how much we can stun him makes a big difference. For the future, I would really request to maybe not use the rifle, like the cheap rifle MG combo as much. But that's just a personal note. I think it's surmountable. It just, I don't know. Feels, Like, do you guys ever get that feeling where it just feels like, why does it do this particular thing? Like, none of the stronger rifles will, or none of the stronger lefty sniper rifles rip stuff apart as well. And then that one's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I hit your sides, they don't exist anymore. Hold on. Okay, that was weird. Also, wait. When did I unpause it? Anyhow, whatever. No. Sorry, that was just a loud noise. It sounded like somebody screaming or something, but... Kiddos walking by the window. We start 11 to 20 next time to see drastic changes. Okie doke. Yeah, this definitely won't be the attempt. Suppose we could just do what we did with the last guy. Just go for the gunshot thing. By the way, you still never answered the question. Which one's the top one, then? You said this guy's the 5th. There we go. You switch over to that cannon, sir. Yeah, you can already tell movements are getting sloppy. Mr. Javelin loves to do that. Here's a cryptic message. I won't tell you what it means. Worth a shot. Let's try a slightly higher angle this time. Yeah, it feels a little bit too high because it's not quite getting its full opening area there. Really, all I have to do is get and land a small chain of shots, and that's it. Like that first time where it got pretty close. Maybe that's what we need. Need some FFTA music in here. Yeah, I think that's what we need. So how long have we been running on this one anyway? Yeah, it's almost 3 hours. Yeah, it's definitely time for a music change. Alright, here we go. Let's get some different music going here. Where's the one that I was looking for? There we go. Listen to that GPA sound chip. Man. Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I mean, most of them have been a pretty interesting challenge. I mean, right now at this point, I'm just getting like it's been a few hours. I'm ready. Ready to get on with cleaning whatever else I need to do before all the family get home today from their trip. I think part of part of the gripe about the light rifles is it kind of has that feeling of like when you're growing up in middle school and whatever else, or just like kindergarten or whatever else. There's like the oh no I have invisible shields kid. I was like what the hell do you mean? Like no I just have powers you don't. Bye. I think it's just whenever you're doing a challenge run, it kind of feels like, well, there's already a challenge in place. What the hell are you doing? Which, I mean, yeah, that's 100% my fault. I'm just saying in terms of why it always seems to rub me the wrong way every time I see this stupid combination. It's not a bad combination. Like, this is literally the first... Anytime that I've run it casually, it's been the same weapon combination, so I can't really knock it for not working. It's just... Yeah. It feels good to use. And yeah, actually, before anyone asks, no, we're not doing EO only in this entire arena. Just no. Although I will say, yesterday was pretty dang fun. See, that strategy works up until he just randomly shreds all my armor off, and then I get stuck against a building. Like, nothing should be able to shave parts off you like that. Likewise, I respect you for making all these, man. Must have taken some serious patience. What'd you take on the first 10? I thought they were fun. Lots of interesting setups. I would like to see a bigger variety of just weird weapons you don't see that often. I will say you do see a lot of like the 800 MG, the lefty snipies. As again, I know they're the best. Like I know it's the meta and all that. I just mean it would be cool to see some like super weird crap coming up every now and then. Like you see the guy coming in with like a left arm laser rifle, a shotgun, scatter mines, and a multi-launcher on the back. It's like, how do you make that work? Like the one there that I was saying reminded me of Rotation. Loved that setup. That was really cool. Like dual pistols and weird missile loadouts and stuff like that. Like those kinds of weird builds with just all the weapons and weird setups. Those are my favorite. Because I just love when it's something beyond like here I use the meta, you know. And it's why, for example, playing against the tank, I really liked. Playing against this guy, it doesn't feel like a puzzle, it feels like he's playing the meta. So, I know it's a weird little detail, but it's just like with the tank, it's like, okay, you specifically have to get around him in this specific way because he's got all the maneuverability, he's got way too much armor to take on directly, so it feels really satisfying once you finally, figure out a way to get around all that. And I think in this case, even though he's functionally like a weaker version of the same thing, it just... I don't know, it feels... Why does this one feel dirtier than the tank? I don't know, you tell me. Because it's just... It's the same general idea, it's just... It's the same kind of problem, it just feels like... Maybe... I don't know, maybe it's the design or something, I don't know. Alright, I know. Get motivation back. What the hell is that attempt? Also, I'm trying to think of, Oh, that's what it was! Hold on. We're gonna pause it as soon as it comes back. Hold on. Because there's a specific bit of music I want to pull up. I was trying to remember early what soundtrack I was trying to remember. Please tell me they have it. Do they? Please? Oh, son of a dick. Alright, hang on. Now, we're pulling this up. See, don't worry, until 120 you'll need more than prayers about... Okay. Fine! No, go away, ads. Especially for that. Come on. Really? We're doing that now? Rude. No. Frickin' Grammarly. Whatever, get muted. There we go. Talk about your words. I don't want to hear friggin' Dumpus ads. Like, there's insincere and there's some of the weird politics we've been getting lately. Because it's literally like, okay, either way we're gonna see an old guy, but one guy has actively been, like, just a traitor for years. The other guy is, I mean, just kind of subpar, but whatever. It just feels really, really annoying, because every time one of their ads comes up, it's such obvious BS, it's not even funny. Like, one of them, I kid you not, was like, oh man, the virus has basically shoved the country straight down the crapper, and we've had all these problems, with a really obvious answer. Oh man, it was the immigrants' fault, shouldn't they ban all of them forever? Like, are you stupid? What? No way anyone believes this. But yeah, it annoys me every time I see that. Because that ad pops up every now and then, because like, especially if you have ones that aren't targeted ads, it'll just give you random ones, and that particular seems to come up every other news story. So it's really frustrating. Mostly because you kind of hear that it's off in the background there, but there's nothing you can really do about it. This actually isn't the particular theme I wanted out the soundtrack, but it'll work. Just trying to build up the motivation here to beat this guy. Because I'll be honest, I'm definitely not feeling it right now. Alright, we'll do the other strategy. And let's put this one on. Here. Please don't give me an ad. Oh, piss off. Go away. There's an entire OST, and every single track you gotta give me an ad? 2 of them, for that matter? Rude? There we go. Yeah, you ever need good, like, everything's going wrong but keep going music? The Llama Lana soundtrack. Because that's basically the heart of that entire game. Of like, this thing will bend you over repeatedly, and the puzzles are crazy, and everything wants to friggin' murder you in the face. But you know what? This music is amazing, so just keep doing it. Building. Why are you currently existing? Alright, so let's strategize this guy. So, similar situation to last time. Pretty much exact same loadout. A little bit less maneuverability. So, same thing. If I could just get underneath, get him to do a little bit of a weird pattern. Get out of his lockbox for 10 seconds. Not 10 seconds, like 1 second. In order to be able to hit him from the side. Get him stuck in a stun lock loop from the side. Just get him turned around a little bit. Simple, simple. So yeah, it's just a matter of hitting that angle though. Because it basically requires spinning, then out-turning him to a particular degree. And there's ways to get around the fact that our turn speed kind of sucks. Problem is, this guy's pretty difficult to turn around. It's possible. It's just gonna. We're just gonna have to keep doing this until we get the right angle. Convincing him to turn, that's the problem. There we go, that's a good turn. Alright. And yeah, I'd assume when they were testing, this is exactly why they ended up putting magazines and machine guns later on in the series. And yeah, if it's a player, they would never really adapt to this kind of thing. Because you can't really adjust to something you can't necessarily see, especially when they're like adjusting the stuff off screen more or less. So again, asking for the millionth time, if this guy's the 5th, where are the 1st through 4th? Are they in the 11 to 20 bit? Where does all that end up ranking out of curiosity? No, 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 go away, go away, go away. Stupid ads. Okay, let's do this one. Please don't give me an ad. You suck. Okay, good. It mentioned not have an ad? Right. I think it's the mosquito feeling of these guys, that's what it is. Because it's like that instinctive feeling of when there's a mosquito just hovering right out of your sight and it's just, you want to slap it. That must be what makes this guy so annoying, because he looks like a mosquito too. There's just something instinctively annoying about this. Alright, do we do skyrocket struts? Yeah, that accuracy is pretty stupid right there. That is some straight up cheats accuracy. Alright, yeah, I think this is gonna just come down RNG. Because we need him to decide to land, we need to hit him from the side, we need to get him to turn around. Because if he just decides to hover in place like a douchebag, there's not really anything we can do. And I'm hovering way off key. Hovering. Hi there, Mr. Cow. How's it going? Oh, Mr. Mosquito. Mr. Mosquito, that's such an annoying AI pattern you have there. Feel free to land anytime, sir. See, like, I need that pattern, but I need him to do it from the other side. He's annoyingly turning around and then, like, made maybe 4 or 5 more volleys than what I got on him that time, and then that's it. That's the fight. Because if I can get 2 or 3 in there, then that's enough to get the follow-up, and the follow-up, and the follow-up, and the follow-up. All things in time. But yeah, he does this thing, gets stuck in a corner. Come on. Do the mid pattern over here before breaking my armor, please. Because we can get him turned around before the armor's broken. Then suddenly we have a chance of surviving the MG. We don't have to worry about the endless rifle shots, shredding absolutely everything off my shoulders. Somebody had to program that is the weird part. I feel like there might have been a multiplayer competition or something between the devs. And then just one of them really, really liked rifle spam. They're like, man, what if I made it shred this stuff right before final release? I always feel like there's a story behind that stuff. Actually, funnily enough, that's one thing that I've been... that's been helping me out at work lately. Because whenever going over the contract, there's so much stuff that it's fun to theorize over what potentially could have possibly caused this to be in the contract. Like the one specifically over an entire wiring situation that would cause a doorbell to be replaced. Or the fact that that the company's not required to change the overall look and structure of the house due to plates being off at a particular angle if affected by the wind. It's like, this is so specific. There has to be a story here. So that pattern there was good. That's the one that we need. Except the one where he doesn't just suddenly pull a 180 and then just keep sniping anyway. So I'll just do that one again. Maybe that's why Armored Core ended up switching stuff later on. Because so much of the stuff that's in the meta is really irritating. Like endless machine gun spam in early 3rd gen. Just try to tell me that isn't annoying to look at, because all you see is just a million bullets coming from the side of the screen. And like, in later 3rd gen, it's all just rifle stuff. It's just a lot of the times the meta is really annoying, and I wonder if they'll ever, if they ever make a new one, I wonder if they'll find a way to make that not the case. I mean, metas are usually annoying, but it does feel uniquely irritating when you just can't do anything about it. But again, this is just a weaker version of the other one, so same strategy. We'll get there. We'll get there. Just gotta get those shots. Kinda wish I'd known that this guy was here, otherwise I would have put him earlier We need different music. Oh, you know what? I never realized that. Oh, that's funny. I use this website Zopar for music in the background a lot of times, and I never realized they had a random game button. And I hit it, and it was like a German version of Bomberman that came up. Oh, hey, Fantasy Star. All right, that works. Let's put that on there. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not that one. Yeah, how about some Golden Axe? There we go. I don't remember it being that bad. Let's get the Genesis version. There we go. That's more like it. That's the one I remember from as a kid. Oh, wait, crap. Didn't mean to do that. I was trying to adjust the volume off in the background and accidentally turned on a different theme. Yeah, you saw that little turnaround stutter he did? That's what we need. We need that to happen again. We need that maneuver to knock him out of his lockbox. And just hit him at the right angle to make this work. Because if that turns him, if he loses lock at that point, he tries to go for a flank, and then we got him. Alright, I think I know how to better ease out that pattern. So for one thing, I gotta make sure that he's not hovering around in the center there, but I also can't have him run forward. So, well, we're just gonna go into an early overheat if we try to ease it out with a overboost. So I'm thinking maybe we travel left. Yeah, we're still going. I was just saying, I think the reason that this guy is kind of instinctively annoying is because it feels like a mosquito, where it keeps buzzing around in your ear, and it's like, I know that I will squish you at some point, but good God, just stop annoying me. Felt like Golden Axe music was pretty appropriate for this. This guy reminds me of some of the Golden Axe bosses. They're just like, haha, I stun you for no reason. I can just cancel your animation. Like you friggin' gigantic punchy guys that laugh at you. Ah, that needs to be a little to the right. Like, all we need is to hit him with both shots at the right angle so that it turns and puts his lockbox out of view. So if that happens, he's toast. A couple times we've actually come pretty close. I think I've gotten him down to 2k. So we're getting there. On a little bit of a side note, I gotta say, related to the Golden Axe music in the background, gotta say respect to Sega for what they did with all their older games on iPads. Because they actually have them all on there for free, kind of. It's like they technically have ads and all that, but come with the save states and whatever else. You basically can pay like $3 and that's it to just get them on there forever without ads. It actually worked pretty darn well. Like, someone legitimately took their time with that one. Like, customizable controls and everything. Let's see, so far they've got Phantasy Star on there, Golden Axe, Shining Force, the Sonic, a good bit of the Sonic games anyway. Tetris, a few other ones. I think Columns. They have a few of them. But I was really surprised because I was expecting to go on there and see like the Genesis collection for $20 again, which I've bought so many times it's kind of ridiculous. And I see it on there, and they're like, "Yeah, you can just buy them for free." To be honest, want just the entire Phantasy Star collection? Go for it. Want all the Shining Forces? Yeah, whatever. Just toss us $3 if you feel like it. Hey, man, Psycho, what happened? You're using your brains. This is it's a new feeling. I thought you guys stopped doing that a while ago. Final Nexus boss music is perfect for this. I don't remember the Final Nexus boss music. Yeah, I need some old, like, chiptune-y type stuff going on here. Need something that mentally invokes getting stuck in infinite pixelated purgatory. Alright, we got a good angle. I just need to hit him at the right angle now. Alright, armor's broken. No, he didn't take the turn, His adjust time is really quick, though. That's annoying. It's like normally, if you can do a little bit of a juke in a lot of cases where it's like after you have them turning, you can kind of like move back and forth and mess with their lockbox a bit. He does not seem to be affected by that, so I'm assuming he's got a bigger lockbox than the other guy. There we go. Got him with the fire. I just need to consistently hit him with the bigs, and we have a chance here. Alright, chance gone. Again, we're getting one or two of the requirements. We need all three to happen for this to be a win. Because the only way to survive the Endless MG is for the rifle to not have a chance to break the shoulder pads. In order to be able to have that to happen, we need to be able to turn him for at least half the fight to make sure that we can actually start getting ahead in DPS race. We can match him for DPS, but he's got a bit more. So we're at, I would say, about 20% lower if we're both consistently getting damage, or about 20% lower on damage. The MG is just straight up unavoidable. The rifle is functionally invisible in a hail of bullets, so what we need is to be able to turn him. And I'm assuming that's partially where the last Raven leg breaking mechanic must have come from. Or they thought that, the realistic counter to this kind of thing would just be to break their movement. Which, I mean, fair, but still annoying. Alright, we're gonna go for light this time. See if we can get better turn dynamics out of him. Possibly. It does feel a little cheap when they completely don't follow the same rules, but whatever. We're basically in AC1 land right now. They're just flying around while on fire. I mean, okay, Mr. Javelin, quick question. You ever thought of making AI arenas for Master of Arena? Because I will tell you right now, I do not plan to ever rocket only those. Or attempt them. Because I can already see, like, oh hi, I'm an infinite energy tank with, like, perfect turning speed with a friggin' finger just sniping you 5 times at a time from a mile away. Ow. Okay, sorry for that noise just now. That was me slapping myself in the face trying to smack a mosquito. That actually was, or I don't know if that was a mosquito. Surely there wouldn't be a mosquito around right now. Must have been a gnat or something. Whatever. Something flew in my face and I just smacked it. So, my bad. Alright.
Again!
How did he just dodge both those shots? Alright, you cheating bastard, come on. I will break you eventually. Just a matter of if, when, and how much coffee. Man, if all those shots had landed, which, yeah, put that down to all those ifs and whens right there. If those shots had landed, then he would be dead right now. That was such a good pattern. Just barely missed him. Like, he does move around at random, so it's not true jukes, but man, they're sure looked like it there. Dude was just blink dodging out of the way. Oh, good God, Cat. What did you do? That reeks. Oh, that is vile. Holy crap. Oof, yeah, hold on, let me get some Lysol on that crap. One of the cats just unleashed the Antichrist in that litter box. Alright, and back. And yeah, 3 hours in, yeah, that's... A few hours ago, I guarantee we would have been done with this already. Definitely feeling the fatigue at this point. Those last few attempts, like, we're getting closer, but those last few attempts, man. I guarantee I could have nailed those snipes earlier. Why is this theme still going? It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Yeah, hold on. Let's move on to the next theme. That is burning my ear holes. There we go. Better. Retry. Don't mind if I do. Okay, side note. Of the folks here, how many of y'all had a Genesis growing up? As everybody will be too shy to answer, but just curious. And I know there's the one guy that can't chat, but still. Alright, so that was a double. So the double, I mean, it would take like 8 of the double shots to actually take this guy out. We need either toe shots or arm shots to properly stun him. And we really don't need that much to make that happen either. Cheesy music. Whatever. Like my golden axe, man. Yeah, that was a really bad first volley. Yeah, everything about this volley is a hurt. Big hurts for big pain. More coffee. Come on, last guy. This guy's nothing compared to the other one. Let's do this thing. I wonder if they have Kids of Carindale on this daily here. Yes, okay. Got the early burn. I'd prefer the early burn to the early double, because I believe it adjusts their AI to be a bit more conservative. I mean, any one of these shots, if they get them at the right angle, would be enough to turn the fight. As long as it's before the armor breaks. That's kind of when it just comes down to raw DPS race, and that's it. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this guy is basically an early 3rd gen White Glint. Same basic idea. Got your edgelord parts, got your snipe and your DPS, and then you got your long range. And then you look good on the box art, but then nobody wants to actually play against you. Yeah, no, that was bad timing. That was entirely bad timing on my part. I mean, it's not really ironic. This is, I'd say maybe fitting. There. Okay, so you saw that angle where he flew by sideways, right? That's the one. That is the one that if we hit him on the tip of his arm or his gun or anything like that, that's the kill shot there. More coherence and more controlled? Maybe. I probably should go and look at his screen there to get a better idea of where his lockbox edge is. But as long as we knock it off... See, the thing is, so with the other one, there was an approach angle where I would go under him right here. The main difference with this guy is that he will land on the roof. Like, because he's not a tank, his landing profile basically means that he's going to stay at about that same level as soon as he ends up putting his feet down. So it puts us in a bit of an awkward spot where he cannot be around any roofs of a particular height. Otherwise, it'll end up throwing this pattern completely off of what I'm trying to achieve here. Yeah, I was aiming too high on those, but still not a bad pattern. Yeah, and if he decides to switch over to his laser cannon, then we're just golden. I mean, that time we got him halfway down, and that was with a crap ton missing. I mean, I guess at any point if he decides to switch over to his cannon, then we just win also, but he doesn't seem as likely to do that. Although if we end up going backwards, maybe that'll end up baiting out a bit better. Ew, what is this music? Alright. Need, like, really solid old Genesis themes. Anyone got any suggestions? Or, like, SNES or any of that? Typically Genesis, I don't know. Genesis always kinda does it for me, but... Alright, we're doing okay on the DPS race. We need a few little openings here. He's burning. He broke the armor, he's got an ankle. And he's hover cheesing. Come on. Don't. Ah, you dick. Yeah, he's hover cheesing. Like, if he decides to hover cheese, that's just that right there. Ooh. Sanic Head Hoge 2, you say? And then we do some Head Hoge. I mean, if we need proper drowning music, this would be it. I'm drowning in friggin' MG rounds here. Now we're getting... He's occasionally doing a good angle here. Problem is that friggin' like corner sniping he's doing. As soon as the MG goes, the sniper goes. The sniper takes impossible shots, does its whole thing. Alright, we're gonna switch to this one because the drowning music was quite literally after this. So I'd rather skip that. Alright, so, basic strat here though, pulling him out this way does seem to do good things for us. So this is a really good area in terms of baiting out, not going on certain buildings. It gives us a good chance at the right elevations we need to make this happen. Yeah, I needed that shot right there, but got stunned by something. Probably the rifle. Potentially one other idea might be to go and knock some of these down before he gets here. Because I am getting a lot of damage from getting stuck on him. Yeah, in this case, big open areas are kind of his kryptonite. They're not doing any wonders for me. Right. Okay. That was weird. Alright, need this one gone. Need this one gone. There's a big ol' open playground here. Stop switching directions, you little a-hole. Come on now, stop abusing cheats. Any day now, you'll make a mistake, and then it's off to Pain Town for you. Down. Building go bye-bye. Building go bye-bye. Okay, there we go. What is going on with all these messages? Well, that's concerning. Yeah, a bunch of messages from work and all that kind of thing. The way they've been acting lately makes me wonder if they're putting on a front. This stuff's way worse than they're letting on, because I don't know, stuff's been weird lately. Weird about the way that they've been phrasing and addressing stuff. Well, let's concern for another day. Right now, this guy's the problem. Yeah, definitely no Fell Seal time today. There we go. Yeah, I really needed to follow up on that one. Who the hell decided that the 800 MG needed to exist? Like, you guys ever wonder if they didn't put the 800 MG in there, how much different the game would be? Because as far as I'm aware, that's the first time that it really changed the dynamic. Because you always had your like power machine gun, and you had your infinite machine gun. Like the infinite one was usually either kind of dinky or kind of inaccurate. Like it was kind of inaccurate in AC3, kind of dinky in AC2, kind of a mix of both, to be honest, in AC1. But that was always the thing. It was like it was consistency. But then, yeah, the 800 MG was the first time they're like, what if both, though? What if it's both got crazy amounts of ammo and slightly more power? Like, who could have thought a difference of 5 damage would make this much of a difference? Time for the best theme in the game. Give me that Metropolis Zone, come on, I need it. Give me some of that Metropolis Zone. What if more DPS, heat, and ammo on a lighter gun? Yeah, exactly. Like, think about how much different the dynamic of the game would be without those. Because they did eventually take that archetype out. It's just super weird that they decided that for most of 3rd gen it needed to be a thing. If Voctor or Celtic had ever made it this far, they would have been annoyed to death. I can imagine. I mean, this definitely ticks the annoying box. Yeah. So one thing that I need to master here to get this guy, there's a certain turnaround pattern that he does partway through the fight. Like right there, I missed an opening, but there's a certain turnaround that he does that if you can turn around, there's a chance to nail him from the front to get him back to that flanking pattern. It's a little difficult to describe. What if it was an AC3? Well, the intro would have to look very different because nobody ever would have used the 1000 MG for sure. Alright, and now for one of the worst level themes in the game. Better idea. Let's go to SNK here. Make some other music happen. Yeah, I think SNK was the one that I played the most as a kid. Right. That's a lot of really good shots they gave me that I just kind of flubbed. Actually, I wonder if his AI pattern changes slightly once he breaks your armor. Because I feel like there is an adjustment at that point. Because here's the thing, like, when it comes to weird weapon archetypes from AC, it's like, whenever they brought back the equivalent to the 800 MG later in the series, it was always really drastically nerfed. Like, it exists, for example, even up to Verdict Day, but you have to be a frickin' tank to use that thing. Like, it's pretty nuts. Oh, that was a pretty sick snipe, not gonna lie. I will break you. Alright, so, you said there were 10 more, yeah? Alright, let's look at that replay from his end. Like I said, it was just a matter of time, just a matter of focus. What I needed was my Mushroom Hill music. Alright, so then he goes up there. Yeah, that dude has a way bigger lockbox than the other one. Holy crap, it's like... probably... yeah, it feels like at least twice the size. Right there. Got a couple down, got him down. He's kind of thrown off his pattern a little bit. Goes down a little bit. Once again, takes several consistent hits in a row. Once again, gets thrown off his pattern a little bit. Trying to get back into that position. Once again, gets knocked down. Okay. Oh, hush over there with your about time. I see you smirking behind that text. Alright. Anyway, so that's, hell, I don't even have the other ones downloaded, so I'm gonna have to even find those for later. So I'm not sure when the next one of these is gonna be, but that's all we got for now. That is Mr. Jindy done. And once again, done with this marvelous hunk of crap over here. I love how stupid this build is. Anyway, so that's all we got time for today. So, well, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I'm gonna find out what my actual schedule is, and provided that there is more time, I'd love to do some Fell Seal, but I have zero clue. So, thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully it was fun. Sorry that the last hour was that one guy, but, you know, challenge runs and all that, yeah? So, see you later.